Dan Ellsberg.
You know, for all that the Admiral Mullen, or for that matter, Presidents Bush or Barack Obama, tell us of the good that they hope to accomplish, we haven't seen any evidence of that, I would say. And in terms of blood on their hands, I'm sorry to say a lot of actual blood has been spilled, as opposed to this hypothetical possible blood, of which none has been reported from the Wiki Leaks. Actually, the demands they're making of the press to stay away from this story, or even readers not to read it, and they're talking about returning the material. Seems absurd on its face. Returning material released into cyberspace seems rather absurd. They're obviously threatening prosecution, and because they're using the words of the charges that were first used against me, the Espionage Act, which was not intended as an official secrets act, but it uses language like returning the information, 18 U.S.C. 793 D and E. I was the first person to have the experience of having those charges made. In this case, they have some credibility of prosecution because President Barack Obama has already brought as many prosecutions for leaks to the American public as all previous presidents put together. It's a small number, it's 3, but since he didn't have a really law intended to do that, no other president has brought more than one prosecution. He's brought 3, and clearly what he's threatening here with the press, including you and even your readers, for not returning the information that they're not authorized to receive, is a clear warning, I'd say, of prosecution, which means that I think this administration is moving toward really aggressively using the Espionage Act as an official secrets act, in which case we'll know even less than we do about the lies that prolong wars and get us into wrongful wars.
But what about that policy, given the fact that President Obama came into office talking about a more transparent and open government, and appears to be going in the opposite direction?
Well, that promise has gone the way of his promise to close Guantanamo and a number of other promises. Is in no way in the general defense and homeland security area is he less opaque, more transparent than Bush, and as I say, he's being even more aggressive in pursuing prosecution. One other aspect of that is that my understanding is that the impression he's giving that he's ending the war in Iraq, or that it has ended even, the war described by these 400,000 documents, is, I think, a conscious lie. I think it's as much of a lie as Lyndon Johnson's when I was working for him, and he underestimated for the public the scale and the duration of the war we were getting into. I'll predict, without having seen these documents, I will make a bet here, I'll stick my neck out, that there's no hint in those 400,000 documents which go up into this year that President Barack Obama intends to remove our bases from Iraq next year or the year after or any time in his term. I'll bet there isn't even a contingency plan for turning over those bases to Iraqis. And that means that rather than doing what he's promised, which is to get all American troops out by the end of next year, I think there'll be tens of thousands there whenever he leaves office, whether it's in 2013 or 4 years after that.
And we should say you were a high-level Pentagon official working for the RAND Corporation.
That's right. I spent years keeping, worked for the Pentagon and the State Department. I spent years keeping my mouth shut as presidents lied to us and kept these secrets. I shouldn't have done that. And that's why I admire someone, even who's accused, like Bradley Manning, if he is the source or whoever the source was, of actually risking their own personal freedom in order to tell the truth. I think they're being better citizens and showing their patriotism in a better way than when they keep their mouths shut.